Hi, I'm back at it, live, well and kicking. I'm fine. I'm well fine. Good things are happening for me, to me, around me. It's a blessing. Understand that sometimes it's the company you keep that holds you back. And when you distance yourself, even if it looks lonely, even if it looks like you're alone in the earth day to day, night by night, understand sometimes the company you keep requests that you need to be isolated. You need to understand that not everyone is a friend, not everyone is a lover, not everyone is even family. I've seen family kill family in the past, in the areas that I've lived in. I've seen friends do some disgusting things just for the sake of clout, stripes, street credit, just silly things. Like, understand the circles that some people move in aren't beneficial financially, physically, emotionally, mentally, spiritually, just any ease. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's got to be that if you see that there's more negative than positive being around you, it'll be more beneficial for you to stay away from the negativity. And it may look like you don't have a lot of followers, and it may look like you're a lonely person. But I'd personally rather be alone than be around a load of people that all they can do is sit down and talk about each other in a negative way than to backstab each other just for financial gain or for clout or for a position somewhere. It just... Don't get me wrong, I've done it in the past in certain of those aspects, but overall, it doesn't fit my character and it doesn't sit right with my soul. So it all depends on what wolf you're feeding individually. If you are feeding the bad wolf and you enjoy doing all those things and that's how you thrive in life, then that's your group of people. But if you've got some form of decency within you and you believe in fairness and equality and humanization of people rather than the dehumanization of what's going on in the world and escalating, then you have an understanding that you need to be around a different group of people that actually affect change in the world and actually have a say-so on how to do things, because good always wins over evil if you've never looked through history. And and fair enough, evil does get away with a little bit of badness sometimes, but long term, when you look over it, evil never wins. Evil never wins. All it does is it creates unity, bonds in good people for them to be able to make the world get back to its original form, which is love, peace, care, kindness, empathy, not sympathy, but empathy. Understand that in life, you have to know what's good and what's bad and act accordingly to such situation rather than just to act willy-nilly any which way, whenever, wherever, whoever, with whoever. All those things. My words aren't coming out right, but I'm sure you get the gist of what I'm saying. Don't allow... I keep saying don't do and understand, because these are things that we need to start doing overall. Even me, to some extent. There's some things I still do I shouldn't be doing or I shouldn't be around, and or they shouldn't have so much of an influence or be around, because knowing that the character is the character of who that person is or those people are shows the true nature of who they are internally. And sometimes I'm around unsavory characters due to the work field that I'm in, the life coaching and the other businesses that I'm either affiliated with or work for. And I've realized that the better you do for others, the more better, like the more good things you do, no matter how hard the situation is, you'll understand that life gets better when you're around better people. And when you're around bad people, it goes downhill, like you have to get this. So then therefore you need to look within yourself and say, okay, what is it that I need to change within my own character, within my friend circle, within my family group, within my work life, within my decision-making process, within my financial decision-making process, within all these aspects that include in your life. Once you get those things under your belt and you start to do the positive functions of it, then you understand why you found yourself where you found yourself, and you can slowly build into a better, higher frequency, higher level around better people that aren't depressed, that aren't angry, that aren't frustrated, that aren't feeling some form of negative emotion because of the situations that they're going in or through. And they also know how to leave it at the door if that is the case. And I know it's easier said than done, but sometimes people have to learn to mind their own business and get on with their own business rather than be pandering to another individual or a group of individuals just so they can have something to talk about and do. Learn to love your own free time. Learn to love yourself enough that you don't need a single person in the world. I mean that singularly. Fair enough, we all need others to socialize. It's an innate human need, but you have to learn to get so good with yourself and good with your maker, because you came in alone and you'll leave alone. So you have to understand these things. At some point in your life, whether you're young or old, it's good to get to that conclusion, because then you understand that you're happy. And adding on to that, when you hit your 70s, 80s and 90s, and this is just something I learned from volunteering with older people, that all those friends that you were backstabbing or talking to or breaking bread with, they're not going to be around. They're either going to be dead, in prison, in some different nursing home, or with their families. And you're going to be a once in a month thing when their kids can be bothered to take you there or come to you, or however it goes. You're going to be an afterthought to the majority of these people. Your finances are going to have nothing to do with these people. You need to be able to understand how you as an individual needs to set up your retirement, rather than worrying about the here and now and what kind of fun can go on. If you're not interested in doing those things, then only you or your family or your children or whoever are going to be the ones to suffer down the road. So does that make you a good person? Does that make you have understanding, compassion, empathy for your own bloodline, your own situations? It doesn't. So take your time to think about those things rather than thinking about what Kim Kardashian's doing, or who's digging out who, or who's earning what money, or who's going to the next club or party. Think about the relationships you're building, and you're computing and understanding why you're doing that. And I understand some people build relationships for certain reasons, functions, or purposes. But the thing about that is when the purpose, function, or situation has expired, what goes on from there? Because you can handle that in a certain type of way where you don't find yourself in a negative position. So that's part 2 of it. There will be more, I'm sure. That was just a little rant on something that popped into my head. And like, share and subscribe. Share this to somebody. And understand other people's opinions of you and your life are nil and void. Well, to me personally, let me talk about myself individually. So maybe you can see that there's somebody out here that genuinely feels and lives this way. I as much as I care about other people, their lives, and I don't want nothing bad to happen to them, I don't value other person's individual opinion of my life, because it's my life and I live it as I deem fit. And I build the connections that I build with good people because they're good people. And good people help good people. They don't help bad people. And once you understand that, and understand that I feel this way, I feel like I would prefer to be alone than be around people that backstab each other just for a red shilling or for a piece of clout, than to be with or around a group of people and be loved and feared by them. I would rather not. And girls, this is what we need to start understanding, because a lot of men misuse our emotions for their own personal gain. And it usually is financially or somewhat emotionally too. But like, share, and subscribe and understand these things. Start to compute it. Let it ruminate and resonate within your spirit and allow yourself to grow. It's okay to make mistakes. It's okay to not continue to make the same mistakes. It's okay also to let it all go. Move on. Stop and don't bully yourself or others because you're frustrated with yourself and your actions. Just change who you are. And then once you change who you are, you're laughing. You're happy. Every day you can laugh and joke around with people, and you can find joy in your day. You could look for the little positive things. These people aren't always positive. God, swiftly moving on to the next video. See you soon. Like, share, and subscribe.